Picture this: a man, his exotic pets, and a tragic end that no one saw coming. This isn't your typical tale of a man and his dog. No, this is the story of Ron Huff, a man with an unorthodox choice of companionship: 7 Komodo dragons. Ron was a man with an extraordinary love for these creatures. They were not just his pets, they were his family. They shared his home and his life. But this unconventional family story took a horrifying turn in 2002. Ron Huff was found lifeless, devoured by the very creatures he adored. A ghastly scene that sent shockwaves through the community, an unthinkable tragedy that left many questioning, how could this have happened? Now you might be wondering, how did it come to this? Let's delve into the life of Ron Huff. Ron Huff and his Komodo dragons, an unlikely family, but a family nonetheless. Ron's affinity for these formidable creatures was anything but ordinary. Ron's daily routine included feeding them, cleaning up after them, and even spending quality time with them. His relationship with his Komodo dragons was a peculiar bond, one that many struggled to comprehend. It was an unusual, unorthodox family, but it was Ron's family. The day was just as ordinary as any other, until it wasn't. The sun rose, the birds sang, and Ron Huff, our protagonist, presumably went about his daily routine, blissfully unaware of the impending doom. His friends, however, had a nagging worry. Days had passed without a peep from Ron. Concerned, they decided to pay him a visit, only to stumble upon a sight that would forever be etched in their minds. Imagine walking into a scene straight out of a horror movie. The shock, the disbelief, the gut-wrenching fear. That's precisely what Ron's friends experienced. They found their friend, a man who had loved his pets more than anything, lifeless in his own home. The cause? The very creatures he had cared for and nurtured. The subsequent investigation revealed the chilling truth. Ron Huff, the man who had developed an unusual bond with his Komodo dragons, had been attacked and eaten by them. The details were gruesome, the reality horrifying. It was a tale that sent shivers down the spine of everyone who heard it. Ron Huff, the man who had dared to live with dragons, had met a tragic end. The man who had once laughed in the face of danger was no more. His larger-than-life persona, his love for his unusual pets, all snuffed out in one horrific incident. And just like that, Ron Huff's life was cut short in the most gruesome way possible by his beloved pets. From this tragic tale, we take away some important lessons. Komodo dragons, like all wild animals, are not meant to be kept as pets. They're majestic creatures, yes, but they're also apex predators, hardwired with natural instincts that can never truly be suppressed. As we've seen in the heart-rending case of Ron Huff, even a bond built over years can falter in the face of these primal instincts. It's a sobering reminder of the dangers of trying to domesticate nature's most formidable predators. Remember, these creatures are not villains. They're simply following the laws of the wild, a world vastly different from our own. It's when we forget this, when we try to blur the line between the domestic and the wild, that tragedy can strike. So let's honor the memory of Ron Huff by learning from his story. Remember, wild animals belong in the wild, and it's our duty to respect their nature and their space. This has been a story of love, tragedy, and a stark reminder of the dangers of breaching the boundaries between the wilderness and our homes. We've navigated through the life and loss of Ron Huff, a man whose affection for Komodo dragons led him down a deadly trail. It's a solemn lesson on the hazards of housing wild animals as pets. If you found this video both insightful and engaging, don't hesitate to subscribe now. Remember to like and share to disseminate knowledge about the perils of adopting wild animals as pets. Keep safe, remain aware. #subscribe now, #like and share.